All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Welcome to the call for just listed marketing and how we're going to get 1 to 3 more listings from this listing at this status. This is good for listing agents, for selling agents. So, a selling agent, I don't know if everybody around the country uses the same term, but that's where your buyer bought the property. So, it's absolutely awesome for both listing agents, for selling agents. And if you actually do what we're going to be talking about today, you can easily get 1 to 2 to even 3 more listings in the next, I would say 30 to 90 days. No problem. All right. So let me know that we are good to go. It is a cold and rainy day here in California, at least Northern California. I'm not sure. I think Southern California is okay, but Northern California is a little bit chilly. So with that, I put the link for our school classroom and I'm going to go over there. So make sure you join that if you're not already in there. I've got a lot of great stuff laid out here, and I also put some stuff in our Facebook mastermind group. And I'm going to refer to that here in a few minutes. But for now, when you join, I know school can be a little bit, it's easy, but whatever. Just make sure your Listings to Leads Lab classroom, excuse me, and then pending and just sold is right there. And the whole idea of all of these classrooms is you just work your way down. All right. So we're talking here about, man, here I got 2 to 4 listings and definitely not a problem. Who this is for: listing agents, buyer's agents, so the selling agent, and people that just want to see all of the stuff laid out for you in such a way. And every single item on here is something that somebody has gotten listings from. So there is nothing in here that is just for fluff. All of it can generate more listings. We do offer a 1-to-1 or 1-on-1 just sold listing pipeline builder, where we will sit with you and actually just do it all together. All right. We're going to do everything together. We are going to map out the things that we can't get done together, like circle prospecting, door knocking, mailing, right? Things like that. We can actually get some of the mailing if you wanted to do the mailing. So we're going to walk through all of this. And that way you're not sitting there staring at a blank screen. You're not wondering what to do, how to do it. Am I doing it right? I know how it is, right? It's a little bit, I don't know what the word is, but if you're not an expert at this, sometimes you're sitting there going, God, am I doing this right? Am I not doing it right? And you're wasting a lot of time. All right. And then B, you're just not comfortable. And I would think if you do this with me once or twice, you're going to be dialed in. You don't need to do it with me anymore. So it's like having a complete expert sitting there on a live Zoom with you, walking through it so you can learn from somebody that, is not just a one-off person. Okay. I've been doing this for 15 years. I talk to people all the time. I know what's working, and I can make sure that you just get it done. All right. Because a just sold listing, this is the proof, right? Not anybody can list a property. We know, but there's a massive difference between listing a property and getting that thing sold. And so I want to make sure, as either the selling agent or the listing agent, that you are just hitting it out of the park so that you're going to get 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 more listings in the next 30 to 90 days, at least 1 to 2. And then you got a couple of more that are in your strong pipeline. All right. So if that makes sense, if that's something you want to take a look at, go ahead and click in our school classroom right there where it says 1-to-1. Pro tips from the mastermind group. So here are just a lot of great stuff. I'm not going to go through every single one of them here, but for example, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. And if you click on them, it will take you to a post that, check this out. So this says pending, but imagine it says just sold. And if I back it up a little bit, we can look at that again together. So 267 Gold Street in Folsom just sold. Here's how we got 10,000 buyer views for this home. compared to 986 on Zillow. Our 100-point marketing plan puts your home everywhere buyers are looking and benchmarks it against top performing listings nationwide. This is free. This is something that you can do on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube Shorts. From Instagram stories, it'll flow over to Facebook automatically. And we're showing people our 100-point home marketing plan so that if you're from Missouri, you know the drill, right? Show me, right? Don't just tell me, show me. And there's so many variations of this that you can do. It's actually unlimited. This is just one example. If I close that out and I go back here to the pro tips, let's take a look at what we got here. So this is the one where I'm actually showing you how to do it. So this is me. I believe this is in CapCut. And so I'm showing you literally how to do it. Come on, does it get any better than that? Here's another one. All right, where we're doing Instagram stories. And if you click over here on the right, it should take you right to Instagram and pending and sold. So right here, there's a folder, pending sold, a highlight. And if you take a look at that, right, anytime you see something that says pending, just in your mind, just go just sold. This Folsom home just sold in 34 days. I got a poll, and there's another link to a video on how to do this. So how to do an Instagram story with links to the landing page, to your agent website where they can download your 100-point home market. And this is all free, right? All of this stuff is free. It's just phenomenal. You can do one a day for 30 days. Look at that. Look at all of these. I just sold 1015 Riley Street in Folsom. I still have 8 active buyers actively looking for a home in Folsom. Quick question, what price would make it worth taking a look at an offer for your home? And it's just like a 10-second video. And check this out. Click here. Boom. Go into my Listings to Leads landing page, my home buyers landing page from Listings to Leads. And right here, between these ideas, you could easily come up with 10 to 15, if not more, ideas. All right, here, I think this is going to go back to where we were just a minute ago, maybe. Yep, okay. Check this out. Thinking about just sold in Folsom, thinking about selling your home, get your current home value estimate now for free. And that's going to a home value landing page. So we were looking at that just a little bit earlier, and it's really cool. You can link to a PDF guide. So check this out, just sold in Folsom, free guide, home seller negotiation secrets. Wouldn't someone looking at a just sold post or video be interested in getting a guide, getting a home value, seeing your 100-point home marketing plan, seeing that listing? There is so much in here. Yeah, these are all in the school. Yeah. I'll show you again exactly where they're at because, right, I'm just in the school classroom. So again, the main school classroom tab along the top, make sure you're in Listings to Leads. All right, Success Framework, Expired Pipeline Builder, Open House Mastery. I did a massive update to that one recently. And Pending Just Sold. Video for YouTube Shorts, L2L marketing and socials. Let's see what this is. All right, so this is the idea of doing a video talking about how you got that property sold. So you could do a video like this talking about how you got either that property sold or how you get property sold in general. So it might be good to do both. In the beginning, I might do one where I talk just in general how I market listings to get them sold. And then if I've got the capability to actually do a video for every single property that I sell, that is absolute pure gold. We're going to be talking about the e-flyer for your database. When you got a listing that is sold, it will automatically link to your 100-point home marketing plan. So we know getting our 100-point home marketing plan in front of homeowners, potential home sellers, that is going to put us at the top of their list for agents to talk to, while everybody else is just kind of talking about what they can do. So we want to do both. We want to talk about the things that we're doing to get a property sold, but we also want to show our marketing plan. Let them take a look at it. Let them get comfortable with it. Then as we follow up with people, they've seen what we do. They've seen our plan. They've put it all together. And then as we stay in contact via follow up, all right, they're obviously going to put us on the top of any list when they get ready to start thinking about interviewing agents to get their home sold. Some ideas for Facebook lead ads that we're going to be talking about today. In fact, I'll tell you, I got to show you a banger. Oh my gosh. I'm going to show you something in the mastermind group. But again, anytime you see pending, just in your mind, go just sold in Granite Bay. We still have 8 more buyers looking for homes in Granite Bay. And check out these custom questions. All right. Well, Joycelyn, you know what? Great comment. You're just going to pick and choose what you want to do. So you don't have to do any of this. But what I want you to do is I want you to be thinking, all right, what are the things that Scott is showing me that I can do quickly? All right. And get those done. And that's why I offer the one-on-one support or the one-on-one call with you, where we can sit together, go through the things that are easy, knock them out together. And the benefit of that is that you just know it's the right way to do it. And then we can get into some of the more advanced things. So I don't want you to be thinking, oh my God, there's so much. There is a lot. You know why? Because when you have a just sold listing, you don't want to be a one and done, right? One and done doesn't get it done. I'm going to have to remember that. That was actually pretty good. One and done won't get it done. We want to have stuff that we can drip over 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks into our social media, into our database, not every day to our database, obviously, but we want to be able to hit our database. We want to be able to hit our farm. All right. We want to be able to hit all of these platforms, and especially with social media, because, for example, stories are a little bit fleeting. At any one point in time, 10% of your audience is going to see a reel, a post, a story. So to do a story for your just sold, you're limited most likely for most people to 10, maybe 15 to 20% of your followers actually seeing that. All right. And you know how it is. If anyone that's got kids, anyone that's got an assistant, unless that assistant is just absolutely like the best ever, you got to tell people over and over again, all right, what is going on, how to do something like I do with you. All right. Not you personally, just in general, because every single person in this planet has a million things going on. You as an agent have a million things going on. I, as a vendor, have a million things going on. Your seller leads, your buyer leads have a million things going on. So they need to be reminded on a regular basis how awesome you are. And when you get a sold listing, man, I'm telling you, you want to make sure that you are trumpeting that fact, that story out into the world as much as possible. All right. And so we can go down here and take a look at all this great stuff, get listings from neighbors. All right. We're talking here about the nearby homeowner letter, which we'll be talking about today. That's an awesome tool. So anyways, that's all right there for you. There are essentially, we're talking about just sold. There are 3 main messages relating to just sold. So let me just go through it, and I want you to just keep your mind open and just think. Don't overthink it right now while I'm talking. All right. Don't complicate it. Just open your mind and listen. But think of this. You could say, I just sold 456 Maple Drive in Folsom. Nearby home values have changed. Click below to get your current updated home value now. All right. That's called the home values have changed funnel. Number 2, 456 Maple Drive in Folsom just sold. We got 10,000 views for this property versus 786 on Zillow. And we still have 36 more buyers looking for a home in the Whitney Oaks area in Folsom. If you're thinking about selling at some point this year, what would be the number that would get you to just look at an offer? No obligation. All right. That's the idea number 2. Number 3, 456 Maple Drive in Folsom just sold. Our one similar, I stepped on this with the second one there a little bit, because the second one is what we call the golden letter. All right, the golden letter idea, where we have 456 Maple Drive in Folsom just sold. We still have 45 more buyers looking for a home in Whitney Oaks area of Folsom. What would be the magic number to get you to consider looking at an offer with no obligation? All right, that's number two. And then number three is 456 Maple Drive in Folsom just sold. Our 100 plus point home marketing plan got this home over 8,000 views versus the 946 views it got on Zillow. If you're thinking about selling your home this year and want to get the most and strongest offers, please click below to download my 100 plus point home marketing plan. So those are three distinct messages that you can use in listings to leads to get them out to social media, to your database, and to your farm. And I've spelled them out. I've spelled them all out right here. So home values have changed. And I give you a little information on this. We have more buyers. All right. And there's a video that walks you through that. And then the 100 point home marketing plan. All right. And then I walk you through that. And so you can see this kind of mirrors everything I just talked about. So with that, I'm going to do one more thing in the Listings to Leads Mastermind group, because the first thing we're going to do today is a Facebook ad for your just sold listing. And check this out. This is nuts. And this is just from yesterday. This ad, 17 seller leads at $5.88 each. Let me see if that will, I don't know why. Sometimes my screen will blow up. Anyways, here we go. So he generated, and this guy's been a client. I just was looking. He's been a client for over 13 years since early 2014. So I guess 12 years. Yeah, 2014. This guy's been a client. So 17 seller leads, $100 budget, $5.88 each. Of these leads, 6 of 17 said they would sell their home in the next 1 to 3 months if they got the right price, which is phenomenal. So check this out. Here is the ad. And here is the Facebook lead form. What is your time frame to sell? Would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price? 6 of 17 people said yes to that. And there's another ad I posted. So this ad was just crazy. 7 of 8 people said they would sell. 7 of 8. She generated 8 leads, $50 budget, $624 per lead. All right. There was the ad. A lot of snow. That's a lot of snow. And here's the lead form. All right. And I just broke it down. So the first lead said 6 to 12 months is their time frame to sell. 1 to 3 months, just thinking 12 plus months, 1 to 3 months, and then 12 plus. And they all but one said yes, that they might be thinking about selling in the next 1 to 3 months if they got the right price. And that is phenomenal, because do I really think any of them are actually going to sell in the next 1 to 3 months if they get the right price? I don't know. But what it does do is it gives me an amazing follow-up, because now when I follow up with them, I'm going to say essentially, hey, Joycelyn, this is Scott Pierce at XYZ Realty, and thank you for responding to our ad on 456 Maple Drive in Folsom. And I saw that you might be thinking about selling in the next 12 plus months, but that you might consider looking at an offer with absolutely no obligation if you got the right price. And I'm just curious, what price are you thinking that you might even take a look at? And I'm going to say, or Joycelyn's going to say, 900,000. And I'll say, Joycelyn, that is phenomenal. What's your property address? Joycelyn's going to say 123 Main Street. I'm going to say, phenomenal. When do you have 5 minutes for me to come over just to take a quick look at it and see if it's something that one of my 45 buyers that I have looking for a home in that area might consider? All I'm trying to do is get over to your house because you are a homeowner who has opened up that little spark that you might think you might be open to selling. And I don't care if you don't sell for the next 12 plus months. All I want to do is get you in my pipeline. I want to get you in my sphere. I want to be the person that you trust to work with when you are ready to sell your home. Let me know if that makes sense. Type in yes. Type in yes if that makes sense, because I'm telling you, when you can run these ads with listings to leads, so easy. All right. It literally takes just a few seconds to get these ads done. And then we got all the other tools that we're going to walk through right now for your database, for your farm, and everything else. Exactly right, Joycelyn. Add to your sphere of influence, right? The bigger our database, the bigger our pipeline. The bigger our pipeline, the bigger our tax exposure. I apologize for bringing everybody down on that one, but you get it. I'm just joking around. Having a good CPA is important. All right, so I'm going to go to my listings to leads dashboard. If you need help getting a just sold listing into your account, ask our support team. But I'll show you real quickly here just how to get started with it. If you need to, click Add Listing Manual. Change the status to either just sold listing agent, just sold selling agent, or, the listing is older and you want to do it sold. And then just add in all the information. Goodness gracious almighty. Add in all the information. And on the next page, you'll just add the photos and it'll drop right onto your dashboard. It'll either say just sold listing agent, just sold selling agent, or sold, one of the three. And if I scroll down here, you're going to see just sold listing agent, just sold selling agent, sold. The language around all the marketing between sold and listing agents is a little bit different, because the just sold selling agent is when you represented the buyer. Just sold listing agent is when you represented the seller. I'm going to click on, first thing, and this is always, click edit. You only do this once for the listing, and you want to do it as soon as that listing hits your account. So hopefully by the time it's sold, it's already good to go. Click photos and rearrange your best 4 to 5 photos to be in the front. That is because it is absolutely annoying. And I saw this morning, 45 photos. I was at photo 35 and I still hadn't seen the backyard. And it was a beautiful backyard. And even if it wasn't, even if it's a $450,000 home, people want to see the backyard. And here you are making them click. You're losing more people because you're not putting the top 4 to 5 photos in the front. So I want you to come in here and drag and drop, right? Front of the home, kitchen, living area, dining area, whatever you think is appropriate. Maybe the backyard and or another feature. I'm going to put the backyard right there, right? So the first 4 definitely need to be the best. All right. It's like a little quick tour of the property. And then maybe photo number 5 is a feature. And then you can just drop all the rest in however you want to, whatever makes sense. After you do that, click save. And then click regenerate GIF, and your Facebook ads, your e-flyers, your YouTube videos, everything else, the flyers for the seller, the social media posts for the seller or the buyer, all of that is going to be so much better. And it's going to be a much better experience for you and for your audience. All right. When I say audience, I just mean anyone that sees your marketing in any facet, from social media to your database to your farm. All right. I'm going to click market listing at the top right there. Market listing, edit statistics. If you need the step-by-step guide right here where it says learn more, and this will take you to a great page. I recommend reading this once in a while. This is a phenomenal page, and especially the pro tip. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but just to say, click those links, and I want you to see something. Because when I get a listing that goes into contract, right, pending, and especially when it sells, I change the description to be either like a little mini case study or just something more dialed into homeowners and potential sellers, because that is who's going to see. Our marketing is not going to attract a bunch of buyers. Some buyers are going to see it for sure, but it's mostly going to be by potential home sellers, right? Homeowners. So why would I leave my property description as a buyer focused description? Why not change it to a homeowner slash home seller description? Make sense? So I walk through that both on the buy side, right? The selling agent side, and for the listing agent side. And then you're going to see here, all the things that we're going to cover today are right here, as if you and I were sitting next to each other and I was walking you through this. So that step-by-step guide, again, right here, view step-by-step guide, learn more. It's beautiful, but we're going to get at it. So we're just going to work our way down this list. Facebook and Instagram ads. I'm going to do this twice. Once I'm just going to do it. And then the second time I'm going to explain it. Because if you got those photos dialed in, like I mentioned, I got my location, radius of 15. Don't change location. Leave it, especially for the sellers, leave it as is. I'm going to do $105 for seller leads. You really want to be at around $105. All right, $15 a day if you can. And couple of pro tips, 3 pro tips. 1, if you can't afford to do $105 for the week, maybe do 40, 50, $60 for 4 days. So 4 times 15 is 60. I can change the ending date to be 4 days. And that way I got a 4-day ad for $15 or for $60 total. I can change the template, add a video. I'm going to unselect. I like this to go to a cold audience and create ad. Boom. So just adjust your budget. If you need to adjust the ending date, that's fine. And then click create ad. And again, I uncheck retargeting. I want my just sold I want to let Facebook do a better job. Now I can do a custom audience. I can do retargeting like you saw. All right. Now we're going to click this ad right here. And I'm going to show you what this ad is going to look like. I just did this ad about a half hour before we got on this call, just so it's already available for us to take a quick look at. And it'll always be in all your ads. You can access them the same way. So check this out. People click. Oh, I already filled this out. Oh, God dang it. Let me see if this is live yet. Usually it takes a few minutes for this to be live, but we might get lucky. Oh, we are lucky. That was fast. So the blue show ad. All right, this is awesome. Normally that takes a few minutes to get live, but we got that live quickly. And again, just scroll down for 3 to 4 posts. Boom, there we go. So here's that post. Click. What's your time frame to sell? So these are automatic. These questions are going to be there when you run an ad for any pending or sold listing. So what's your time frame to sell? Curious what your home could sell for right now? Yeah, let me know. And then see how my 100+ point home marketing plan works for your home. And I saw somebody yesterday, right? I was just checking a few of the ads, and one of the leads said, yes, and please customize for my home. Do you know what you're going to do to that one? Let me know if you know how to follow up if they say yes to that, right? Now, if they just say yes, that's awesome. But if they say yes and customize for my home, we are going to add their home to our account as a listing presentation. So in our follow-up, we're going to, hey, Joycelyn, thank you for clicking on my ad for 456 Maple Drive in Folsom that recently sold. And I saw that you like to get our 100+ point home marketing plan for getting homes sold in the area customized for your home. What is your home address? And I'll get this customized and sent over to you in the next 4 to 6 hours. And Joycelyn's going to say, oh, wow, here's my address. Boom, bada bing. You're good to go. Name, email, and phone number. So you get 6 points of contact. Name, email, phone number, time frame to sell. Would you sell? What was that other question? Curious what your home could sell for right now, and the 100-point home marketing plan. That is phenomenal. And Joyson says, yes, or I can bring to you 100%. Absolutely. And that's what John Summers did. John Summers would offer to bring it over. And if they asked, why do you need to bring it over? Why can't you just mail it or send it via email? And he would just say, I just want you to, just so you can see that I'm a normal person, and just so you can get a feel for me a little bit better. I won't hang out. But if they don't want that, then just text it to them, just email it to them, because our main goal in the initial is just to get this in their hands, and then we will keep following up after that. All right. Now, let's run this ad one more time where we go through how to change those questions. So check this out. Same thing. Confirm location, radius, lifetime budget. I'm going to pop it to 105. It'll default to 1 week. All right. It'll default to 1 week. I can change the template if I want to. If you got the sideways template, just scroll down that pop-up. So if your template looks like this, that may look fine. That may look totally fine. I just like this one. A little bit of 6 of one, half a dozen of another. But I can change the color. I can change the text in that banner. All of that is editable. And I can even do a video. I can upload a video. I can upload a custom image from Canva or whatever I want to. So you got all of that capability. But what I want to show you here is under advanced options. So open up advanced options and then click on that green create new form button. And right here, form questions. So I can see the form, name, email, and phone number. And you can see it's on the second part of the lead form out of 4. If I click the 1 right here, those 3 questions. And if I scroll down, you can see that these questions are all turned on. Now I can turn any of them off and or on. And so, for example, that was the one that those 2 other people had turned on. Would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price? And I could turn that one off and say, see how AI can help sell your home faster for top dollar. And you can even rearrange these if you want to. When you're good to go, just click create form. And you can scroll up and take a look at them again. Just make sure you're good. I can edit the text in here if I want to. And when that gets ready, I don't know why that's, oh, I accidentally clicked create ad. So there we go. All right. And then the last thing I'm going to show you here is just an ad with video, because you can totally do video. So let me just show you what this looks like with a video. So just to show you, these ads can have video. Right? Pretty cool. All right. So we got the ad. Next up, social media post. I actually turn off auto posting because I want to come in here and I want to do a few things. First thing I do is I change this. I will change that up to be more compelling. I might add in, for example, another home in Folsom, California just sold with multiple offers over asking with our 100+ point home marketing plan. And of course, I'm going to spell everything correctly. And I might even do more of a case study thing. And here's the thing. I might come in here and do this every 3 or 4 days and have a different message at the top, and even change the image so that I get a different look each time, so that I don't just use the same image time after time. It might change the color. I can change it to a 1 image template where there's nothing on it. I can upload, again, a custom image. And so I actually, and it's funny because as I've been talking about this, I get more people doing this as well. who also are turning off auto posting because they want to come in here and they want to fine tune it a little bit more unique for their particular situation, right? Add in some of these things that they feel might be more compelling to people and do it. Maybe set a recurring reminder in your CRM, right? Repost my just sold as home values have changed, right? 3 days later, repost my just sold as with the golden letter language, repost my social media post with the 100-point home marketing plan language, right? Because, and change the image on each one of them. So it's like a different look. Because again, why? Even if they saw the first post, I want them to get it and bury it and get it in their head as much as possible. More likely, or as likely, they never saw it in the first place. And so if I do it a second time and a third time, they may see one of those. Either way, it's a win. Either way, I'm getting a lot more exposure with one of the best marketing assets I've got in real estate, which is a just sold listing. And again, if you need help, check this out. Remember in our school, under each one of these, all of the language that we have more buyers, social media post. You can just copy and paste this. Look at this. Post text, edit, bold text is appropriate for your listing. You can come in here and just copy and paste this, drop it in, come in here, delete that, drop it in there, and then just change it for you. Just sold in Las Vegas. And I still have more. I'm going to check my CRM, see how many buyers I've got that are set up for IDX or MLS search for homes in Las Vegas. Oh, I got 78. Ooh, that's awesome. And what if you own a, right, 3 to 4 bedroom, right? That's the most common. So I'm going to leave that in Las Vegas, right? Boom. So everybody get that? So I want to get, and excuse me for the analogy, I'm trying to get blood out of a stone. I really am. When I've got a just sold listing as either the listing agent or the selling agent, that is something I'm not messing around. All right, next up, social media request for a review. If you want to swap out your Google link right here, you can. So you can put your link to your Google reviews, but you can also just use ours. And this is awesome, right? Dear Ian and Lauren, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude. This is completely editable and it will drop into your Listings to Leads account. If you're using ours, or if you're using Google, it'll go to Google or Testimonial Tree or whatever. And then here's your client review website. And isn't this awesome? Look at that. All my client reviews in one place. Google, Facebook, Zillow, Testimonial Tree, and I can bring in listings from any source. I got my 100-point home marketing plan right there. So I don't care where you get your listings at. It might be on Google. I want to use my Listings to Leads client review website, or at a very minimum, right? All those reviews are going to be on your single property website. They're going to be on some of the landing pages. People can get to and from the e-flyers. So they can get you can get those reviews out into the world a lot better than them just sitting there in Google. I can put an email that the seller sent. She couldn't get it on Google. Yeah, Joycelyn, yeah, 100%. You know what you can do also? Let me just take a left turn for a few seconds here. What you can do, right, in the client review marketing tab, right, client reviews, add review. All right, and then there's a green add review button, and you can import. So Zillow, Google, Testimonial Tree. I don't know why I'm missing Facebook. So there is Facebook. If you don't see Facebook, ask our support team, and I need to ask them too. But there's also request. So that's similar to what, is the other email. But then there's also manual. So you can copy and paste into here from any other source. right? And if it's on Google, put a link to the Google, put a link to Zillow, put a link to wherever the actual review is. And that way it'll help you get people to where your reviews are even. But the beautiful thing that we do is we put those reviews in your single property websites. So when people go from a Facebook ad, a social media post, the seller's page, they're going to see all your client reviews. All right, now the seller or the buyer, right? The language is going to be different. This is absolute and pure gold. Hopefully this already says send a seller, but click on the yes, I got an expert listing sold. Oh, Joycelyn, can you put that in the mastermind group? I want to hear your success. All right. Just like you want to hear success from your seller, right? We want to hear yours. We're up, you to the seller is us to you. Make sense? I would love to have you get into the mastermind group when you have a few moments to spare and drop that in there for us. I'd love to hear that. Again, that's the kind of stuff that gets me even more motivated to give more back to you guys. Because when people aren't sharing the success, it drives me nuts because I know they're having success, but I need to hear it because I need to get more excited. All right. So let me back up a second here. Share on the seller social media. So we want to get this on the seller's Facebook page. Why? Because as the listing agent or the selling agent, I want all of their friends to know I got their home sold. And where's this going to link to? It's going to link to the property website where, as we were just talking about with those client reviews, not only is all the great marketing and all the other great things that I've got in here, now I got a lot of stuff in here, right? I've created a little bit of a monster here, right? They can download the guides. Look at that. All your client reviews. Boom, bada bing. All of it is just right there. So we want to make sure we get this on the seller's Facebook page. And we want to make sure we get this email to the seller or the buyer. And again, the email right to the single property website, just like we were looking at a second ago. So this is absolute gold. And Joycelyn, you're going to want to make sure you get this to that homeowner whose expired home you engaged using listings to leads, right? You engaged them with the 100-point home marketing plan booklet that I think you either bought from us, right? I think you ordered these and you probably shared this with the homeowner. You listed the property. You probably use listings to leads to market it. And now you're going to use listings to leads to get more listings from it. Do you see how powerful listings to leads can be? Not only will it help you get the listings itself, but help you market and help you get more listings. All right. And Joycelyn just said, yep, that's exactly what happened. I love it. So what you're going to do, click the green button. Mine says send a seller. Yours may say add seller info if it's not there already. Add in the seller's emails, salutation, like you see here. Click send. And just do it for the e-flyer right now as well. You can edit whatever you want if you need to, but send a seller, right? Boom. Then you're going to call the seller up, and hopefully it should go along something like this. And do this ASAP. Don't wait a week. If it's been a week, you haven't done it, fine, do it. But the sooner the better because the excitement is still there. Hopefully, all right, if it was a good transaction. If it was a bad transaction, I get it. Maybe you don't do it. But if it was a good transaction, then call a celebrant along the lines of, hey, Joycelyn, Scott here. So excited about the fact that we just closed on the property. If there's anything you need me to do to help make sure everything goes smoothly, just by all means, please let me know. And by the way, I just sent you a couple of emails so that we can let everybody know that we got your home sold. This is going to be phenomenal because your neighbors and your friends and everybody, it's great for them to see that homes are still selling in this market. Right. And so there's something for you to put on Facebook and there's something for you to share via email. Please let me know if you need any help on how to get those out. Again, it's been an honor and a pleasure to be working with you. And again, don't hesitate to let me know how I can be of any help going forward. The seller's going to love it. Hopefully you use this when it was the open house, when it was pending, because they're going to know what to do without you even calling them. But it's still a good idea, best practice to call them. And when they get that up on their Facebook page, that is gold. That is absolute gold. Link into your property website. Now, here's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to like the post and leave a little comment. Don't overthink it. Just leave something like tag the owner, right? So I'm going to tag Joycelyn. I'm say, Joycelyn, it was an honor and a privilege to be able to work with you. You're an awesome person. I wish you great luck going forward. And do not hesitate to let me know how I can be of any help. That's going to look, you're going to look like $1,000,000 to their sphere of influence. And three things it does. You look like $1,000,000. It helps the algorithm start getting it out even more. All right. And you're going to get notified when anybody else makes a comment. And there are going to be some comments that are appropriate for you to respond to. That helps increase engagement. That helps increase hot, powerful, great leads for other people that want to buy and or sell. So we want to make sure that we get this to the homeowner and the e-flyer as well. Just do them both at the same time. All right. I'm telling you, people get listings from that. That right there, people get listings from it. So next up, we got the farm. You got three options. All right. The letters, the postcards, or the door hangers. They all work. The letters it's all the same thing. It's just a different format. They are editable. I will show you the quick edit you can, and you might want to think about making, but you don't need to. Just download it. And there's a JPEG version. So if you're using Mailbox Power, they want a JPEG. And you can even do what's the word? Dynamic QR code, right? So if you use Thanks.io, Mailbox Power, you can use a dynamic QR code. And that way, anytime somebody scans the QR code, you'll know who it is. But I love the idea of door knocking with this thing. I love door knocking. Why? Because when I go door knocking, I'm going to take my 100 plus point home marketing plan with me. I'm going to have that with me. And as I door knock, all right, I'm going to knock on the door. If they're home, great. I've gone door knocking with agents. All right. I know how it is. In fact, when I go door knocking, she goes door knocking all the time. She's over 60 years old and she goes door knocking normally just by herself. Now, I'm a big fan of having somebody with you for a number of obvious reasons, including it just makes it a little bit easier and more fun. So if you got a kid, a relative, an assistant, a friend, right? Tell your friend, hey, why don't you come with me? I'm going to go door knocking. I'd love to have you. You'll get some steps in and I'll take you to Starbucks afterwards or beforehand. And I'll buy you a venti, what a frappuccino, right? And that way you got someone you can shoot the breeze with a little bit while you're doing your walk, keeps you in better spirits. You can talk about some of what I would get. Sometimes somebody would say something goofy. Stuff happens. One time, man, I'm telling you, this dog came to the door. It was so big that she knocked on the door and then she could hear, and I could hear it in the house. And so she stepped back. I was out in the street already, right? Because I'm not trying to crowd, I'm trying to be out of sight. So I'm a little bit off. And we both jumped when that dog hit the door. This was in a nice neighborhood. Yeah. Anyways, it was funny. But she loves door knocking. Why? Because just like Rosanna Sampson said when she door knocked a $2.5 million expired with the 100 point home marketing plan and put it into her pipeline. She got a tour. The homeowner loved her. The homeowner loved the plan. Is because you can connect with people so much faster when you door knock. Now, I get it if you can't. I get it. So just mail it. So you can mail it yourself. You can send it off to get mailed. The one thing about mailing is you want to make sure that you're using a handwritten font on the envelope, whether you do it yourself or you send it and have it done by Mailbox Power, Thanks.io, Zaire Mail, whatever it is. And always put yourself as a recipient. All right. Always. And I wouldn't even do the check bar. There's usually like a checkbox where send me no, I'm just going to be one of the people in there because I want to make sure it was sent out. And if I never get it, I'm going to assume nobody else got it. And I also want to see what it looks like. All right. I want to see what it looks like. So I don't want to check, oh yeah, send me a copy too. No, I'm going to put my name and address into the file that I upload into whatever system I'm using to mail. And again, we got postcards and door hangers. I would do the same thing there. We got the JPEG, we got the PDFs. If you use our service, we will actually sit with you. And, if you got Mailbox Power or Thanks.io, we'll load this up. We'll use dynamic QR codes. Look at that. Got the text code, got the QR code, it's got the domain. The back of it gets even better. Check the back of these things out. So if I go the back side of these postcards, and then the door hangers, I love the door hangers. The door hangers are awesome. And the door hangers are actually a little bit easier to leave on the door handle. The letters convert the best. The door hangers, I think, are second. And then the postcards are third, but they're all phenomenal. So here's the back of that postcard. Look at that. Your home buyers has been affected by this home being sold. I'd like to invite you to get the new value. Here's the domain, right? That's where that's going. And if they send the text code, then it's going to initiate an automated conversation. It'll get their phone number right away. It'll ask for their property address, and then it'll ask for their email, and then it'll send it to you. What you're going to have to do then is you'll come in here and you'll just add their address, add their information. Well, I didn't add the address, but you get the point. And just add their information, and it will send it to them automatically. I want you to circle prospect. So please make sure you circle prospect these people. This is something I know people get scared, what have you. Why are you scared? So somebody tells you to blow off. Okay. And next, move on. All right. Do not let other people's actions and rudeness A, get you down, or B, keep you from growing your business. My wife, when she was first getting into this again, she was a top mortgage broker in San Francisco for 10 years. We had kids. She stopped working for a while. And then she just got back into it about a year ago. And when she started getting into following up with leads, there's a couple of times where she was pretty down, but I just talked with her, and now she doesn't care. There's we just laugh about it. All right. We just laugh about it. That's it. So please circle prospect. Take a look at this. It's easy. It's great. It's phenomenal. And the more people that tell you to blow off, for every two people that tell you to blow off, one person will have a conversation, and then everybody else are going to leave a voicemail for. So you almost want the blow offs. You know what I mean when I say blow off, because it's just getting you that much closer to a good conversation. Nobody wants to get blown off or told to blow off, but keep it in your mind that without getting told to blow off, you're never going to get to a good conversation, because it just goes peanut butter and jelly. All right. Peanut butter and jelly, fish and tartar sauce, whatever it is that you like. All right. We got 4 minutes. I think we're going to get this done. All right. We want to make sure your database. Check this out. 1015 Riley Street just sold. If you're thinking about selling your home, my 100 plus point home marketing plan help get this home sold and can do the same for your home. Please view it here. People can click automatically. Your marketing plan, your brand, your colors, your logo, everything is in here. Check this out, right? Links to, now you can even set it up where it links to the property website. I'll show you how to do that. They can scan the QR code or click it, right? They go through, look at this. Is this amazing or what? So that e-flyer that you're going to send to your database automatically has that in there. So you can either do one of two things. You can, I know it seems like you're like, really? You can do that? Yeah, you can do this. Just, I don't know why it's so slow, but you can just highlight and copy. And I would make sure I get my Listing to Leads signature at the bottom. There we go. Copy and go to your Follow Up Boss, go to Bold, go to Lofty, go to whatever, where you're going to send out an email. in Listings to Leads, you go just sold in Folsom with multiple offers. You get it. And if I want to edit anything in this, I can totally edit whatever I want. If I want to put a little bit of a longer blurb in here, I totally can. But what do we want to make sure that we are doing? Show and tell, right? Or tell and show, whatever. But I want that link, all right? I want that link. I want those people to see my 100 plus point home marketing plan. Look how beautiful that is, right? And because we got the best 4 to 5 photos, not just the first 4 photos of the front of the house, that looks amazing. The bottom part looks amazing. That's linking to my landing page automatically. And I got my Listings to Leads signature at the bottom. And what's down here? Oh, my client reviews, my client review website automatically. And I can see I got 2 signatures. So, if something goofy happens like that, just edit it and just delete it. And, oh, yeah. So in Listings to Leads, we automatically throw that signature in. So I would just delete. If you're using Listings to Leads, you wouldn't even do that. You would just send it. And I'll show you how to do that. Boom, beautiful. You can see how you can edit it. Now, if I want to send it in Listings to Leads, when you're in the edit section, send to, I'll send to my seller leads. And I can either schedule, I can send a test email, and I can send it. I'm going to select my email, send. Boom. Now 147 agents are just going to get a copy of my just sold email. Perfect. Now, next up, I'm going to call through my database, right? We want to make sure that you got a script right here. We're going to call through our database and we're going to just let them know, hey, Joycelyn, Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads Realty. Just want to let you know that 1015 Riley Street in Folsom just sold. I sent you an email with the link to the property website, and I just wanted to make sure that you got that. If you have any questions, let me know. And by the way, Joycelyn will either own a home near that listing or not. And I'm going to assume she doesn't, because I know she lives in Las Vegas. And so I'm going to say, I don't know if you're interested, but I do free CMAs for all of my clients and VIPs. And this just shows them what their home is worth currently at this moment. I know you're not thinking about selling right now, but I would love to do this report for you because it helps me just keep an eye on what things are doing in your neighborhood. Would Joycelyn@gmail.com be the best email to send that to? And in fact, if I get a voicemail, here's what I'm going to do. If I get a voicemail, I'm going to say everything I just said, and then I'm going to end it with, I'm going to be sending that to Joycelyn@gmail.com. Please let me know if that's not the best email for that. Does that make sense? So now she heard from me. If she listened to the voicemail, she now knows I'm going to be sending her something. If she's adamant about not wanting it, she'll call me and tell me. But most of the time, they're just going to not do anything. But sometimes they're also going to call you back and say, can you please send it to this other email instead? Or, and I've heard this, or can you also include my husband or my wife or my partner, whatever. All right. Last thing right here real quickly is the short form video script. So we talked about all those Instagram stories and TikToks and YouTube shorts. Here's another script for you to record where you are, where you are the star, because I want to see your beautiful, shiny face in that video. So here's a video for you to record. So just click send. What I like to do is click send it to myself, open it up on my phone, and then drop it into my teleprompter app and just record. And you can also, if you come back in here, check it out, short form video script. So that's the golden letter version of the script. And if I go down to 100 point home marketing plan, short form video script, here is the 100 point home marketing plan version. So you can do 3 of these short form videos where you're in them. Maybe every 4 to 5 days. You can record them all at the same time, right? So record them all at the same time. and then just publish them like 3 to 4 days, even 2 to 4 days apart. Does that make sense? And when you're in here, check this out, Instagram, right, with the link. So there's examples of all of this stuff, TikTok, YouTube, nearby homeowner letter. So I've got all of this stuff laid out right here for you. So, when you want later to come back in here, and there's even in here, now I'd rather you go to the Facebook mastermind group, but I don't care. Just come into community and just say, hey, Scott, how do I do a story with links on Insta again? And I'll give you the link if you don't have it. So, yeah. Yes, we have to change outfits. If you're a guy, you don't have to. How's that? Yeah, Jason, that's funny. Yeah, just, excuse me, wear like a black bottom, right? Skirt, pants, whatever. And then just, yeah, change your tops. Maybe start out with a t-shirtish thing. What I'm going to is like layer, right? Then you add on like a blouse over it. And then over that, you add on the third video, you add like a little light jacket, right? I know you're in Vegas, so it's a little hard to do 3 layers in Vegas and not start sweating, but yeah, that's funny. Point taken. All right, everybody, listen, thank you so much for joining us as always. Don't forget your affiliate links. All right. I love seeing so many people signed up yesterday with affiliate links. It was awesome. My finance person gets a little bit, sometimes she gets a little chagrined. Funny. There we go. Affiliate link right there. We use PayPal. We pay immediately. So you can just copy that link. You can share it. We've got emails, print flyers. So if you're doing a little training, make sure to use that. And that's got your affiliate link QR code right there built in automatically. So with that, everybody, have a beautiful day. Again, get going on this. Take advantage of the one-on-one if you feel you need to. I think it'd be completely worth it. But regardless, just ask questions if you're not taking action. So if you got a sold listing, you're not taking action, get into the mastermind group, get into the school classroom, and ask questions so we can unlock your potential so that we can get you going and start closing more deals. All right. Be good, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.